Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the webinar, The World of Finance and Beyond the Usual. So today we have two industrial experts with us to, enlighten our knowledge in the world of finance and beyond the usual. So on behalf of entire IIS family, I welcome Mr. Manas Kumar Thakur and Mr. Samiran Lahiri. So before we start off with the webinar, I would love to introduce our speakers. So first, I'll start with Mr. Manas Kumar Thakur. So Mr. Manas Kumar Thakur is a FCMA, and he has completed in the year 1992 from the Institute of Cost Accountant of India (ICAI). He was the chairperson of ICAI Eastern Region, and he was the president of ICAI 2, and he is currently the senior partner at Thakur and Co. Cost Accountant firm. He has an experience of more than 30 years. He has been working, with the government of India as an advisory member for CDR of RBI as well as IBBI. He has contributed a lot in the Indian and international accounting regulations body. There are a lot of articles that he has published, both national and international journals. So, Mr. Manas Kumar, thank you for joining with us, and we welcome you. So, another speaker we have with us is Samiran Lahiri. We had already one more session in the last pandemic year also with Mr. Samiran Lahiri. So he himself is MA in economics from JUNU, and he started his journey with the Oriental Insurance Company, and not only in India, he worked in Nepal also with the Oriental Insurance Company as a branch manager. Then he worked as a COO with Rainbow Insurance in Mauritius. He was the president of financial product distributions in Peerless Development of India, and he was the CEO of Asian Meditech Solution. Is the executive director and CEO of Preferred Partners Insurance Brokers Private Limited. So both the speakers, are from the financial world, and they hold big greater experience in this financial world. So along with that, we have with us our panelist, Dr. Angshuman Chatterjee, Director of IIAS, Mr. Abhinandan De, MD of IIAS, and our Assistant Principal, Sandeepan Biswas. We have our Assistant Registrar, Asim Mandal, and as an observer, we have all the faculty members of IIAS family. So let's begin. Whenever we think about finance, or whenever we are talking about the world of finance, normally two things comes into our mind. It's like the money. So when the money comes into our mind, we always have imagination in our mind that it's the bank. But truly speaking, it is the finance is not only limited to the bank. We have n number of things to explore in the world of finance. So it's better we hear it from our experts. So I would like the Manas to share his views upon the world of finance. So it's up to you.
Should I speak in general or based on some question?
So you can give your views, and then we can start off with
the question sir, after that, no?
Yes, sir. All the participants are requested to mute your microphone and keep your videos off. Whatever questions you have, you just put it in the chat box, and then in the later half, before 10 minutes will be given where you can ask the questions. Fine. Okay, sir. It's up to you.
First, I can share my thoughts for the young generation. Then I will come back to the finance. My dear students, first, you should fix your target. And the target should be based on your available resource. Why it is available resource? Suppose my son is ready to go USA or UK. for MBA course, and the cost is 40 lakhs, 40 lakhs. But my capacity is only 4 to 5 lakhs. So what will happen? There is a gap between father and son. That's why I am requesting you people, you fix your target based on your available resource. And with your journey, success and failure both will come. You accept success definitely, but you must accept the failure. Without failure, there is no value of success. And for your journey, first you assess yourself. That means SWOT analysis, mainly strength and weakness. If you know your strength and use it properly, the success will come automatically. And at the same time, you be cautious about your weakness. So it is very much essential you know your strength and you know your weakness. And for everyone, God has given the unique character. Unique character. This is strength. This is own strength. If you use it properly, it will win. It will success automatically. And another one, definitely success means we will earn. Today's topic is the finance. I will come back to finance. Definitely we will earn money. This is success. No, this is not at all success. First, you should be human being. There is a gap between human and non-human. So as because you are human, so you prove your culture. You are the human beings. Suppose your success means you are thinking one flat, one car, one job. This is not a success. After that, beyond that, when you are able to do something for your society, you have to return your society. This is success. So success is must. Without success, you can't do for your society. So you have to win the match, but not for yourself, not for only your parents, for the society also. Suppose I want to think only for myself. When I will die, my son will cry, definitely, but subject to my bank balance. But if I extend my hands with another 200, 100 guys or families, then when I will die, 201 student will cry, 200 family will cry. So it is a web. So my philosophy, we have to do something for the society after we should reach our target. This is my request to you all. Think today and tomorrow how we will reach to the society. I'm coming to the main question. What is world finance? If you see the finance, what is finance? The element of finance means asset, liability, expenditure, income, investment, all are the component of the finance. World finance means this is not more than that. Either in the small area, world finance is a bigger area. As because we are running with the automation and our need is extreme. So finance is, utmost for the economy. And as because India is a huge population, based on the population, consumption is huge. So when consumption is huge, our GDP is also moving fast. So not only world, Indian economy also moving fast. So finance is an area where a huge number of opportunity, huge. We should, think everywhere in any sector where involvement of finance is not there. Even our, household also. Even our household also, everywhere finance is there. Government, non-government, company, school, college, everywhere finance persons are there. So they are using their mind skill with the cycle of money. When cycle of money is high or the fast, then economy is also fast. In our philosophy, the country, the three types of country: advanced, developing, and underdeveloped. So when the country is developing, huge investment is there. So when investment is there, so huge finance person should be there. It is a need of finance person. So in the totality, world finance is moving fast. Due to corona, is for the time being it is stuck up, but this is not the actual scenario. When corona or pandemic situation will balance or normal, definitely huge demand will be there, and huge activity is waiting in the activity. So if we say the world finance is the huge activity, and we are happy we are involved in the finance activity in India and the world.
Such a lovely, such a lovely thought, such a lovely thing that you have explained, not only about money and all. Okay, so we would love to hear it from Samiran sir also, that a little bit of, the world of finance.
See, I mean, I would be here talking about a subset of the world of finance. Am I audible to all?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that subset would be very specifically the world of insurance as a part of the broader world of finance. So there, my first response would be, why insurance? I mean, we are talking about career, we are talking about employment, we are talking about integrating ourselves in various domains of finance. So the very first question that comes to my mind is, why insurance within the finance? And it's a global village, as they say. We all are integrated. If you think you are in a bank and you are isolated, I would say no, you are not isolated, you are integrated. Every feature, every entity, every unit of finance and non-finance world are integrated. So coming back to the question, why insurance? So if I may say, why insurance? Because it financially protects the community, the individuals, and the society. So if you are in insurance, you are in a meaningful proposition. You are useful to the society and to the industry. You help people in tragedy, and you are part of the overall growth of the economy, overall growth of the country, and overall growth of the world, so to say. Because you cannot give a protection against natural calamity. You cannot give protection against a motor accident. You cannot give protection against a cyclone that has recently happened, and one is expected, unfortunately, in eastern part of India. However, you can mitigate the loss, not physically but monetarily, that is financially. You can indemnify, as we call in technical language, to the ones who have suffered. So that is why you should be in world of finance. You can be in any other domain as well, but this is the importance of being in the world of finance, because it is all integrated, and if I may say so, it is the backbone of the global order. Because I may not have a let's say insurance unit in let's say in a shop, but definitely there will be a finance broad sense, or an accounting unit in any entity that you are meaningfully and productively engaged. You have to have a personnel department, that is a HR department, and you have to have a finance department in whatever format, if you want to grow and if you want to be in a structured manner and in professional manner in the world of finance, in corporate entity, in government entity, in your private business, in whatever you do. So to me, I reckon that as the broad sense of world of finance. Now, if you ask me specific questions at some later point of time, I would answer these specific queries related to insurance, and more specifically to the employability options in insurance, how I can excite the students in having an insurance, in having a career in insurance, and why a career in insurance is important, more from the angle of stability, security, knowledge, constant learning, and so on and so forth, apart from the subsets and the ecosystem, the overall ecosystem in which such opportunities do exist. So for the current question, this is my take.
It was a wonderful explanation to the young generations, people looking up for, insurance sector. So I have a question out here, like what are to Mr. Manas, that what are the qualities for a successful financial profession? Uh, Mr. Manas, your speaker is muted. Please unmute it so that. Yes, thank you.
Yes, for successful finance professionals, they have some interpersonal skill, uh, leadership quality. They have to know the some subject, suppose tax, cost, accounts. They have to study continuous basis. The law is changing continuous, so updation of the subject is must. And challenging attitude, it is another part. These are the quality for the top finance professionals. Leaders is the first. Anyhow, they have to lead and take challenge. Have to do. These are the criteria for the top finance personalities.
Okay, so a lot of things get involved, leadership skills and all are required, and specifically the subject knowledge and
Yes,
adapting to the change in the laws that needs to be updated. The knowledge needs to be updated every time. Then only they can, go
yes,
for this
yes.
successful thing. Okay, so Mr. Samiran, talking about the insurance, I would like to know that what types of carriers are available in insurance along with the, finance and accounting background. What are the career options?
Okay, this is very interesting. I mean, before delving deep into the what kind of careers are available in insurance, my target now to these young people who would be our future leaders would be to excite them. That why? I mean, the money comes last, but before that, I need to excite them factually. as to why they can logically consider this as one of their career options. So I would try to do that, and I will take it up from where I left regarding why a career in insurance. So I would add to that why a career in insurance. The second reason why you should choose a career is that if you are mostly in general insurance, you come to know of all types of industries and protections that they need. So your exposure becomes huge. You know the intricacies of many industries, and the life is never monotonous. If you are in some dry subject where variety is missing, don't have the interest to move further in your profession. But here you would always remain engaged and excited, because you learn about so many industries, so many trades, and their intricacies, their type of problems. That's one thing. The second thing which would excite you, and here I am mostly impliedly talking about the property and casualty insurance, which in other words is known as general insurance, that is not in life insurance. Life insurance is also an interesting proposition, but as a career option in today's discussion, I would be basing my discussion mostly on general insurance side, because that's a broader field and that's a more exciting field. The third thing that I wanted to mention, as I was talking about, you come to know of various industries. Now you come to know about various interesting protections that the society needs, that the individuals need, that the industries need. I'll give you an example. Think of Tokyo Olympics, which was postponed last year, and thankfully it has been postponed this year also, but it has not been cancelled. It is likely to take place in July this year, Tokyo Olympics. Now, do you know, if it is cancelled, the loss to the organizers would be about US dollars 3 billion. I repeat, 3 billion, not 3 million, US dollar 3 billion. And they are insured against an event cancellation policy to the tune of 2.6 billion rupees. So this is a very interesting policy, event cancellation. Think of IPL, this Indian Premier League of Cricket. The whole tournament is insured, no matter where it is being held, whether it is in UAE or in India. For that matter, any ICC tournament, be it a World Cup, T20 or a 50-over cricket, they are all insured against event cancellation policy. So your loss as an organizer is mitigated. So this is something very interesting. And you would be happy to know, for the youngsters I may mention, that Duckworth-Lewis rule, so that a match is not outrightly cancelled, but you play the match and you decide the winning or losing based on a particular formula, based on the limited overs that you are playing. This is hugely sponsored by lawyers. So insurance companies are involved in this. Think of another type of policy, which is a cybercrime policy. Again, an example, you must have heard about the recent oil pipeline cyber attack that took place, Colonial Pipeline. Only day before yesterday, some people say they have paid 90 million American dollars as ransom. Some say it was 50 million American dollars. Everything was paid in Bitcoin. That is the cryptocurrency, as you know. So you come to know about that. Then you come to know about loss of profit insurance. Your dad has a factory. The factory unfortunately catches fire, and out of fire, you don't produce anymore for next 3 months. You don't produce, so you don't sell. You don't sell, so you don't get money as a revenue, and you don't get money means you are not recovering your input cost. You are not at the same time recovering the potential profit that you would have otherwise made. Mr. Thakur would be an expert on this, because here there is a typical calculation of gross profit, which we call net profit plus standing expenses. So we require cost accountants and chartered accountants to quantify the loss. But this is an interesting protection. If you choose a career in insurance, you come to know that. And then you insure an aircraft, you insure a hull, you insure, I mean, as my younger daughter used to keep arguing with me that insurance is all nonsense because I could not insure her cat. So I'm telling you, you can insure her cat also. And if Professor Chatterjee has an aircraft or an elephant, we can insure that also if he pays us the right premium. So what I mean to say, you have so many areas which you can learn while you work and while you earn. The next thing would be, now I come to the stability part of it and the money part of it. Now look here, insurance companies are big and they offer good job security. By default, they have to be sound, or else their license would be cancelled by the regulator, which is in India, Insurance Regulatory Authority and Development Authority of India, in short IRDAI. So by default, you have a steady employer at your back. You have to work hard, but losing a job because of financial reasons may not be an imminent problem in this particular industry. And lastly, to answer this question, what are the types of careers? We will come to that. The insurance ecosystem does not comprise only life insurance company or general insurance companies. You have brokers, you have life insurance companies, you have general insurance companies, you have reinsurance companies, you have insurance brokers, you have third-party agents, you have bank assurance entities, so on and so forth. You have institutional surveyors, you have investigators, you have third-party administrators, the ones who you often refer to as TPAs, who facilitate your hospitalization and any kind of medical claim things. So it's a huge world, and there can be many types of careers. So when you ask me to discuss about the careers in insurance arising out of finance at a later point of time, with finance background, I will discuss those things in detail. And I will also discuss at a later point of time what could be the careers in insurance with finance background and also without finance background. So those questions also I would be taking at an appropriate time. So for this, I stop here.
That was such a wonderful thing that most of us also didn't knew about that. So we have some faculty members who are having cats. So if they want to get insured for the cats, definitely I'll share your contact number so that they can get the cats insured. So yeah, it was a lovely thing to hear. Even like so many things are there in insurance, we didn't knew about it.
I will discuss about the specific careers also with finance background whenever you give me a chance. I will in a bullet point like fashion, I will discuss individual finance linked careers in insurance and non-finance linked careers also in insurance at an appropriate point of time. Over to you, Professor Chaudhary.
Sure. Okay, so so Mr. Manas, I just wanted to know, many people will be curious about, they have heard about, a lot of options in the finance, in the insurance, but a lot of people will be there, like they want to know about, the income or the salary part, that what a financial guy or a financial profession would, be getting as an income incentive, as a salary. Mr. Manas,
Sorry.
That's it.
I'm giving the salary structure, but anyhow, Mr. Lahiri said based on the insurance, but because a number of guys are here, they should know the other career other than insurance also. I will come in the next. It's a huge scope. I'm telling huge scope, but based on your answer, sorry, your question, I'm giving just one two idea. Mr. Sesagiri Rao, he's the one CFO. He was the JSW. The salary 22 crore in a year. Again, Ullas Kamath, CFO, Jyoti Laboratory. His salary is 14 crore. In if you talk Calcutta, one of my friends is Srinivas Singh, MD, McLeany Bharat. His salary 4 crore. Definitely, this is not the those who are finance people, they will get 4 crore or 21 crore. No, they are exclusive. Definitely, when you reach in a top point, their struggle, their process is unique. They are exclusive, definitely. If you pass out finance, either chartered accountancy or cost accountancy, all CFO, top CFO, either chartered accountant or chartered cost or chartered company secretary or MBA finance, that means they are specialized. When they are reaching their top level, their struggle, their qualification, both will match. And at the same time, those who are qualified, it may be chartered, it may be cost, it may be company secretary, it may be MBA finance, it may be others, but they are not equipped properly. They are getting 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 10 lakhs. All are here. All students are either from Chartered Institute or MCOM or Cost Institute. Someone is getting 22 lakhs, after passing, just passing. If I say just 1 month back, cost and CMA campus, the only 22 years old, they are getting 22 lakhs, 22, 23. And at the same time, same batch, someone is getting 4.5 lakhs. So it is based on the capacity, but the limit is too high. If I say Sesagiri, at the age of 58, he is getting 22 crore. It is, huge. So it is unexpected. So income or financial level is, unexpected, and it is, explored day by day. But you have to prove your strength. Company will pay you based on their profit structure. If company will feel you are able to contribute the company for the stability, for the stable income, definitely company will pay you. But if you are not ready to take challenge, not ready to prove yourself, company will not pay. So it is 22 crore. And if you see, it is 10 lakhs, 58 age. Sesagiri is getting 22 crore. At the same time, one of my friend, he is getting only 6 lakhs at the age of 58. Both are the professionals. So based on their capacity. So it is 6 lakhs to 22 crore, 24 crore, everyone. And scope is huge. If I say 18 lakhs registered company, out of 18 lakhs registered company in ROC in India, 12 lakhs is functioning properly. 6.3 crore MSME. Out of 6.3 crore, not lakhs, 6.3 crore MSME. What is MSME? Micro, small and medium enterprise. Out of that, 60 lakhs is registered. That means they are functioning well. Panchayat 2,53,163 in India. And at the same time, 1.5 million school, 760 to 800 university, 40,000 colleges. 32 lakhs NGO in India. All are maintaining their finance with finance people. Sometimes where finance people are not there, so they are thinking non-finance also be there with some training. So for the finance people, huge scope is there, but he or she or myself have to prove I am able to do.
Yeah, such a wonderfully explained. Like you have the capacity, you can earn up to n number of limits. So the zeros won't be. You don't have to think about the zeros from 6 figure to 8 figures to 10 figures. It can go. So, such a beautiful thing. Okay, so I think it's quite motivational to the students who want to pursue the finance as the career option. So coming back to the career options, I would like Mr. Samiran to give a little bit brief about what could be the types of jobs in the insurance sector apart from finance and accounting role. So apart from finance and accounting role, what could be the types of jobs available in the insurance sector?
Okay. Now here, before I tell you about the non-finance linked roles, there are interesting roles for BBAs and MBAs with finance and account specialization in insurance also. They are welcome and they have opportunities everywhere. But since I know little bit about insurance world, I will share my experience with insurance world, and there are very interesting roles for young candidates with finance and accounts background from with BBA, with MBA qualification. So they are as under. Number one would be actuarial roles. You know who are actuaries? The actuaries are, I mean, they are mostly used in life insurance company who decide who assess the risk and decide the premium, decide about the mortality premium, mortality tables, decide about the dividend that a life insurance company will declare, and basically they decide about the risk acceptance and the pricing. As you all know, the price of insurance is known as premium. So actuarial science and any work in the actuarial department is very interesting, and it's a very high paying profession, and we would recommend that in addition to that, if one gets a degree in actuarial science, it helps immensely. Now, a good point and interesting point is that in India, it's true for any other places in the world also, in India, all life insurance companies have to have an in-house actuary. All general insurance companies also will have to have an in-house actuary. So there is a job opportunity. I mean, we are talking about actuary, one person, the chief actuary, but there is a department. It's a huge thing. We are talking about, let's say, a New India Assurance does a premium of, let's say, 24,000 crores in a year. So in order to handle that actuarially, you need a team. So there is an opportunity. Number two, risk managers. Now these guys, they assess and monitor risks through market and asset analysis, so that any insurance company is not overexposed and they remain solvent. Now, what could be a better role for a finance professional in insurance than this? You are managing the whole balance sheet of the company. At any point of time, you must not be overexposed. There are ways and means to check that overexposure. That's reinsurance, but you are an active member to keep the company afloat at all points of time. Third role, finance accounts specialized students from BBA and MBA institutes can go for finance officers to be eventually elevated up to the position of CFO, up to the position of financial controller, director finance, whatnot. Now these would be the persons, the pivotal role occupying persons who would be checking the overall financial health of the company. They would check the compliance aspect because we are a heavily regulated industry. you like it or not, we are heavily regulated industry. They would check the financial health of the company, they would prepare the budgets, they will pay the tax and work in close coordination with all the departments. So I call it the backbone post for any insurance company. You start as a finance manager, assistant manager finance, or finance officer, no matter what is the nomenclature. But I have just now briefly told you the broad domain, the broad functionality of these young men and women there. Now, coming back to the second part of your question, that what could be the non-finance related jobs in any insurance company, or for that matter in a broad sense in the overall insurance ecosystem. The other than finance job, as Professor Chaudhary asked me, would be a job of an underwriter, and there also a BBA student and MBA student are welcome. We train them, we supplement their training that they get from IIAS. We little bit customize in the relevant work environment that they are put into. So underwriting, what does that mean? It means you assess a risk and you quote a premium commensurate with the risk. So you are a key person in the insurance world. I go to you, I say I have a factory, you please insure it against fire, lightning, explosion, aircraft damage, flood, storm, earthquake. You do an assessment of the risk and you quote me a right price. You think it's very risky, so you quote a high premium. You think it's moderate, you quote a moderate premium, so on and so forth. These are mostly tariffed business these days. You have a rating chart, but technically this is your role. Then, as you all know, claims. Why do you take insurance? Because in the unfortunate event of any mishap, you get a reimbursement from the insurance company to compensate your loss, what is known as claims. So accounts and finance background persons have a huge demand in the claims department, because you have to check various invoices, books of account, profits, standing charges, fixed cost, variable cost, in order to come to a meaningful assessment. And that I cannot do if I don't have a finance and accounts training to say. So there you have a huge role, especially in the fire claims department, especially in the loss of profit claims department, especially in the cash bankers indemnity claims department. So you have a role. Then the usual vanilla role you can expect in insurance, it's a sales role. You convince a client to buy an insurance. There is a marketing role, as all my young friends would know. Selling, you sell a product, but marketing is a lovely thing. You sell a company, you sell a brand, you sell a reputation, you excite people to come to your company, then take the product. So marketing is a good thing. You can be a part of marketing, you can be a part of the branding also. You do a brand promotion, you do reward and recognition programs for agents, for other stakeholders. Then you have a role in compliance. As I mentioned repeatedly, it's a heavily regulated industry, so compliance has a big role, and their young minds like you would be much welcome. Compliance is a big thing, and if I'm not digressing, there are organizations who specialize only in regulation of the insurance company, and there is an organization who supervises the supervisors, Bureau of Insurance Supervisors in Basel. They have a unit in Manila also. Asian Development Bank has a supervisory unit for insurance companies. So it's a specialized field, a hugely remunerating field. If you are a specialized supervisor, if you are trained in compliance and supervision, then a very interesting non-finance linked field would be insurance product design. I mean, there are so many modern products which are coming in the market. So you could be part of that. Any intelligent person should find that to be extremely challenging and interesting. You are designing a protection, not a vanilla protection. You are designing a custom-made protection, uh, catering to the specific need of a particular customer. So that's interesting. Then you have the training department also. Insurance companies, because it's a non-tangible sale, they rely heavily on training. So you can be a professional trainer, and you would be, mark my words, you would be in great demand if you are doing well in training department. Marketing people will hire you to give a techno marketing presentation. The sales people will hire you. They will ask you to handhold them, to take them to a difficult customer, where break the ice, where you do objection handling. These are all technical things, and they require special skills. You know better than me as students of management. So these are the other than finance careers in insurance, apart from the ones I mentioned, which are directly linked to finance. So I stop here. Over to Professor Chaudhary.
Yeah, that means, like, everyone is welcome to the world of finance. Even the people who are, pursuing the finance background, non-finance background, both are welcome to the, insurance sector. It was a lovely, you know, but one thing is there, like, we are talking about a lot of jobs, lot of, packages from 22 crores to 5 lakhs to insurance. You're talking about jobs for the finance people, jobs for the non-finance people. So I would just like to know that what exactly the Indian insurance industry size is, and who are the major players in this ecosystem, so that can get a idea about the entire insurance industry in India.
Okay. Okay, that's a very good question, because whatever I have said, I have to empirically, I have to prove them by facts and figures. So that's a good question. I would be happy to answer that. So the first part of your question is, what is the size of this industry, Indian insurance industry? Okay. Indian insurance industry is divided into two parts, as all my young friends would know. One is life insurance, the other is general insurance. The life insurance industry's first year premium, that is the industry size, we call it first year premium, is a whopping 2,78,000 crores annually. And add to that the renewal premiums that you get for life insurance. In life insurance, these are 10-year policies, 20-year policies, 25-year policies. First year premium, you pay something, then you keep on paying over years, for next 15, 20 years, unless it's a limited pay program. So let me not get into that detail. So the size is about 3 lakh crore rupees annually in India. So it's huge. Now, coming to general insurance, this has, on 31st March 2021, just 2 months ago, the industry, despite pandemic, it closed at nearly 2 lakh crore premium, general insurance premium, to be precise, 1.98 lakh crores. So it is huge. And you would be happy to know that despite the difficult times that we are still undergoing and that we had undergone in the last year, the general insurance industry has shown a growth of 5.2% to be precise, and life insurance has also shown a growth of about 11%. Standalone health insurance companies, they have also shown a growth, double-digit growth, little more than 10%, I think 11% or so. But this is generally a 20% growth industry. Last year was bad. Despite that, we have shown a good growth. The third part of your question was, what is the count of players? What is the count of players? So that's a factual answer. You have 24 life insurance companies in India, led by LIC of India, that is Life Insurance Corporation of India, the only public sector insurance company, or if I may say, corporation. So there are 24 players, ample job opportunity. They employ as of now nearly 3.75 lakhs people in their direct payroll, the life insurance sector. Come to general insurance sector, there are 4 public sector units, companies, and 30 private sector players, including 7 standalone insurance companies, the standalone health insurance companies, and they are doing exceedingly well because of the pandemic time. So it's a huge industry, and general insurance recruitment as on 31st March 2021, I may be slightly wrong, but it is nearly 2 lakh people. They are in payrolls. In addition to that, as you know, you have microfinance agents, you have individual agents, you have corporate agents, and so on and so forth, who are not in the role of the insurance carriers, that is the insurance companies. So that is the size of the industry, and it's a huge industry. We are talking about a combined premium of nearly 5 lakh crores on a first year basis. Then you add the renewal premium, so it's huge. And there are reports that this job opportunity would further increase in years to come. There are reports by leading consultants that the job opportunity will gradually increase, and they would eventually in next 5-10 years time will be enhanced by few more millions in India itself, not to speak of the other country opportunities that you may have, albeit in a little more senior role. But career being a long run concept, why not? Why won't you look at a long run prospect? So eventually you start in India, but go to coastal East Africa. There is a huge demand for young Indian people, slightly mid-level seniority, people with mid-level seniority in insurance and finance in coastal East Africa. You can go to other places. Even now, IIAS countries are showing a lot of opportunities. GCC countries are showing a lot of opportunities. So don't worry about career opportunities. There is plenty.
It's good to hear that there are a lot of career opportunities out there available for everyone. The finance sector is going to take everyone in. It's not going to leave anyone. Okay, I just wanted to know that few students are there, those who are doing BCom, few students are there, those who are doing BBA, business analytics, BBA in accounting, auditing, and taxation. Even we do have, BBA, 3 courses we run. So BBA, accounting, auditing, and taxation, and BBA, business analytics. So apart from this kind of professional courses, are there any kind of, additional training or certification that a candidate should go, or is a mandate for for entering into an insurance industry for the career advancement? Is there any kind of thing that a candidate should go for or should have to do? Is there anything?
Yes, this is again a very interesting question, and I thought of mentioning this. Okay, there is a body called Insurance Institute of India. They carry out professional exams, 3 levels of exams. The first one is known as Licentiate of Insurance Institute of India, Licentiate. You have to write 3 papers, cakewalk for any BBA student. Cakewalk, I can guarantee if you study for 2 weeks, you will clear this exam. No two ways about it. Now, once you clear Licentiate, you have to write, you have to write, I recommend that you write the exam called Associateship of Insurance Institute of India, and that has 6 papers, and it is not a cakewalk. You have to study, you have to choose your subjects, you have to specialize in something. You can have a general insurance, you can have a life insurance, and within general insurance you can have a specialization of a particular subject. You have to study hard, but if you clear associateship, you are known as a Indian chartered insurer, so to say. That means we will rate you as a professional and you are a knowledgeable insurer, and you can write letters next to your name, AIII. Then you can do a fellowship beyond that. So up to fellowship is not important. Up to associate, I would recommend, and it increases your job opportunity, your promotion opportunities within the insurance sector. And also the fact that it boosts your confidence, it gives you the requisite background knowledge to handle day-to-day cases of insurance. In addition to that, if you are, I mean, the obvious, if you are coming with a finance and accounts background, you would be knowing Tally software. So Tally is widely used in our industry also. And then the last thing that I would request all of you to go through, I mean, not all of you to go through, if you join a broking industry, insurance broking industry, you have to have a knowledge about Cyber online platform. That's an operating platform where the brokers really work. That's very easy. It's tried and tested, and it can be taught at the, not taught, it's not a degree or anything. It's the operational modalities that you got to know in order to work in an insurance broking industry. And lastly, if you want to make a very, very high profile and highly remunerative career in insurance, there is only one line: become a professional actuary. Sky is the limit as far as earning is concerned, and you get immense satisfaction. And actuarial science is very interesting. If you have good mathematical background, if you have good finance and accounts background, you can crack this. You have to write about 10 papers or so over a period of 3 years or so, 10 or 12 papers. But if you want to make, if you have an acumen for mathematical modeling and of course finance and empirical modeling and little bit of statistics and econometrics, I would recommend you can do a course in actuarial science so that you become a professional actuary. So that's my take there.
If I add, Mr. Lahiri,
Yes,
it is less than 1,000 actuarial expert.
yes,
in India.
absolutely right. Absolutely
Less than
right.
1,000.
So
Actuarial expert.
absolutely, you are absolutely right. So demand is more than the supply. So price is high.
100%. Huge demand.
Absolutely, and it's simple, as you very rightly said.
And not only insurance sector. I mean, capital market is also using actuarial science.
True.
It's a huge demand.
True.
And day by day it is increasing.
Absolutely correct.
Yes.
So there are n number of opportunities for students who wants to enter into the world of finance, and today we have explored beyond the banking sector, beyond the finance, the world of finance. So many things are there the students can opt for as a career options into getting into the world of finance. And the salary is not the limit. The figures are not in a limit. It can go beyond crores and all. So I just want Mr. Manas to just since we are about to close the webinar or about to an end. Before that, I just want Mr. Manas to focus upon one area, that is talking about math, statistics, and finance means again a lot of numericals and all. So how can a student get motivated so that they can stay focused and they can reach up to their goals?
My request to the student, not only every subject they will be the expert, but either through teacher or guardian or himself as self-assessment, they should know which one is his subject, either mathematics or accountancy or law or costing or cost management or financial management. Then he or she should focus on that. Opportunity is much more, but he should not copy his mind. He should use his own mind, own energy. Then only it is possible. And my request, what Mr. Lahiri said, in the actuary science, insurance, the student or guys will be successful if he or she clubbed with mathematics. So mathematics and in along with the commerce subject, It will be fantastic. In future, techno is a techno financial. Not that in the previous it was only finance, but at present it is a techno financial. Always it is the risk, valuation, the calculation. So when it is calculation, it is math based. So my request to all, don't avoid math. Please use mathematical application for your subject, and you know first what is your own subject and you press it. You must have presence, your own mind. This is mine. Then it is always be successful.
Yeah, that is a lovely thought, that everyone should be focused upon what they want to do and to achieve their goal. So we'll take last question from a student, Mr. Rakesh. He has a question to Mr. Samiran, that during the claims and all, there are a lot of documentation process and all, and it takes a lot of time. So he wants to know that, how to convince a customer to get, to sell the insurance, taking consideration into this point that the customer says that there is a huge claim, process and all. It takes time to get claims and all.
So, if I'm right, the question is how to handle the objection of the client so okay, let me put it this way. So you mean to say there is a perception that if there is a claim, there is a huge documentation requirement in order to get the claim. Up to this, am I correct in my understanding? And you say how to convince the client that, look here, don't worry, this is what you should do in order to get the claim, notwithstanding the fact that there is a document requirement. So, okay, my answer is yes, there are documents which would be required. Why? To do two things. One, generically two things. One, to substantiate the authenticity of the loss, that yes, it's a genuine loss. And if that being the case, that yes, it is within the four corners of the insurance policy and it's a genuine loss, the risk was covered, then you have to quantify the loss. That okay, all right, this is a genuine loss, this for which the risk is well covered under the policy. Now this much money I should be getting. So you have to look at the problem, look at the claim file from these two aspects and make sure through your common sense that both these aspects are satisfied. And one practical clue, give all the documents in one shot. And remember one thing, that this is only a perception that you require a lot of documents. No, you require a lot of relevant documents to substantiate these two generic things, that the loss is genuine and here is the correct quantum of loss. So that you have to do. The only clue I have given, that you have to try and convince the client to give all these documents in one shot in a very structured manner, so that neither the surveyor nor the insurance company can raise further question which opens another avenue, another direction in the claim. But think of it logically and think of this from these two angles. Is this document justifying the authenticity of loss? Yes, it does. Is this document justifying the quantum of claim? Yes, it does. So give these documents, your claim will be paid. So there is no need to be nervous about it, though I understand there is a valid perception, and there the insurance companies are also to be blamed. They don't ask for all documents in one shot. They ask for documents in a piecemeal fashion. That irritates the client. And from there, this perception comes. You have to, you means the insurance company, you have to ask for all documents, save and accept a few in one shot. You cannot keep on asking in piecemeal. That irritates. And your question is valid. Your question is valid. I'm just trying to give you the root cause from where this irritation or perception comes. Because we ask for documents in piecemeal, we submit also documents in piecemeal. Do it in one shot to the extent possible. Does that
So,
answer
Mr.
your question?
Yes, Mr. Rakesh, I think you have received your answer in a very good manner.
Hmm.
Okay, so we are, towards the end of the webinar. So I would like to thank from the entire IIAS family, Mr. Samiran and Mr. Manas, for providing us, a wider, bigger knowledge about the world of finance and beyond it. So a lot of career options, a lot of industries, a lot of packages, a lot of things happening. But only the thing that today I, got to know from here is the student needs to be focused upon what they want to do, what are they are focusing upon their goals. They should fully focus upon the career options that they want to take into consideration, and the leadership skills, the skills that will be requiring to achieve that point. It was a lovely session having both of you, and we wish that again this kind of platform is provided, and we can again interact, and a lot of students will be there interacting and be understanding about the world of finance. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this webinar.
I will also take the opportunity of personally thanking both of them. It was just one phone call to Mr. Thakur and to Mr. Lahiri, and they immediately said yes. That is one reason why I thank you personally. Secondly, people from not from finance, they tend to think that people from finance would be very, grumpy and with no smile on their face, and they must be very dry people in general. But both of you, thank you so much, have proved us to be wrong, and really reached out to the younger generation. So thanks for that also. Thank you for coming in aid of IIAS whenever you have been requested. And this is not the end. In future, we will be requesting you again. And I'm sure, like in the past, you would, accede to our request again in the future for the sake of our students.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
You.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the
Okay.
participants. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Okay, bye.